Hey guys, Tara here. Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of the route locations in Project Pokemon on Roblox. Last time we made it here to Lavender Town, so if you didn't get to watch that video, I'll go ahead and link it in the description below. Just like last time, if you want to skip ahead to where a route or a town is, I will put that in the description the minute and second that I arrive at that route. So if you're playing the game, you want to skip ahead to where that's at and find it really quickly, you can do that. So let's go ahead and get started. Last time we ended here, like I said, in Lavender Town at Route 10. So we're going to go ahead and skip forward. Now this next route right up here past the town is Route 7. If you remember from the last video, if you got to watch that, after Route 6, it totally skipped Routes 7, 8, 9, and 10, which we found 10 back there. The next one we come up to is 7. And it's just these two little patches of grass here and here. And then we go on through here. This is going to be Route 8. Now there's a few trainers on Route 8. I have not battled all of them. Last time I know I tried to battle most of the trainers ahead of time. But the second half you can really skip most of them without having to battle them. So I'm just going to try to do that. Now after 7 and 8 you would think theoretically 9 would be the next one. But there is actually no Route 9 in this game. I don't know why. I just know that there isn't. So... after 7 and 8, we're actually going to come up on another town called Celadon City here in just a second. If I can get this battle finished, there we go. And like I said, all these trainers here, they will battle you. Like I said in the last video, every time you log out and back in, you will re-battle all of the trainers, except for the gym trainers. Everybody else you can battle again. So this is Celadon City. It's the town right after Lavender Town. There's a gym right there, and this is the shop, the Pokemon store. The Pokemon Center is right up here. And after Celadon City, now one thing about Celadon, I mentioned in the previous video, there's no taxi to get back to Lavender Town. If you need to get to Lavender Town in a hurry for the hunch areas or something like that, this is the easiest way to go. If you go to Vermilion and try to go that way, you're going to have to cross over those docks with all the fishermen and stuff. It takes a lot longer. So if you use the taxi to get right here, it's quite a bit faster to cut that way. As you saw, I could skip all of the trainers if I wanted to. So the next route after Celadon City is Route 16. So we've skipped from 10 to 7, 8, and then we're going to go all the way up to 16. Route 16 is pretty cool. It's actually just a really huge patch of grass area, I guess. Back in this little corner here is one of the mystery trainers, the little invisible looking guys. They all have level 115 Pokemon. I have not beaten any of them yet. They are very, very difficult. I plan on doing that pretty soon, so maybe I'll record that if you'd like to see that in a video. Just comment below and let me know. Go over here and just show you where he's at exactly. Right there. Can you see him kind of bouncing? And there's a few of those hidden throughout the game. If I think about it as I'm going by, I'll mention them, show you where they're at. If not, you want me to do a video on that too, I can. Just, like I said, comment below. Let me know any questions you have about the game. Been playing it for a while. I could probably answer most of them. Now after Route 16 is Route 17. Now this particular Route 17, I say that because there are two Route 17s. We'll get to that in a minute. But this particular Route 17 is all trainers. I don't know if you can see all of them up through there, but there are tons of them. You are able to skip most of them just by running past them, but not all. So I'm going to probably cut this little part out and just meet you on the other side. So give me just a second. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. So I've made it to the other side of Route 17 with all the trainers. I still don't think you can see all of it, but there's 3 different little paths full of them, and there's a bunch of them. Like I said before, you can skip most of them, but it's a really good way to get experience and make sure you're ready for the higher level gym battles that are coming up. So after that's Route 18. Now Route 18 is kind of just non-existent. It's just a sign because this is it, this little path that leads over here to Fuchsia City. Now this is the entrance to Fuchsia City. This is probably my favorite town in the game just because of the Pokemon that spawn here and things like that. It's kind of my central base for where I go to make money and level up and things like that. Now over here I just want to mention this little patch of grass right here inside this fenced in area. This little patch of grass only spawns Farfetch'd. And as far as I'm aware, it's the only place in the game you can get Farfetch'd. And they're not especially, strong or anything, especially rare or anything like that. I just like the idea that you can get them. It wasn't until probably a couple of days ago that I even realized they were here. So I was just kind of wandering around and ran into that patch of grass and seen them. So I thought that was pretty cool. I thought I'd mention it. Nobody's ever told me that. So this is, again, Fuchsia City. Here's the gym over here. If you go to the right, you pass up the gym, and the Pokemon Center's here. A couple things I want to mention in this town. The first thing is right here. This is Seafoam Cave, directly across from the Pokemon Center. Seafoam Cave is mostly ice Pokemon and things like that. Now this little patch of grass, it doesn't have a sign or anything. I've heard people refer to this as Route 19. I'm not sure that that's officially what it is in the game, but considering there is no Route 19 that is labeled throughout the game, it's very possible that that is the case. So this would be what I refer to as Route 19. Now, it's never going to pop up and tell you that a swarm of something spawned here, or this is never going to be the hunch area. It's never going to say go to Route 19 in the game. But just if you know, for reference purposes, that's what we're going to call it today. Now, one thing about this area right here, this patch of grass, is this is where Articuno will spawn. I mentioned in the last video that I did get the game pass to get Articuno, Moltres, Zapdos, and Mewtwo 10 times more often, which makes it 1 in 100 chance. So it is originally 1 in 1,000. In the last video, I wasn't sure if it was 1 in 1 or 1 in 10. So but if you run around in this little patch of grass, you can find Articuno. You can find him without the game pass. It's just extremely difficult. Like I said, a 1 in 1,000 chance of finding him. So we're going to go ahead and come over here too. Before we leave town, there's one more thing I want to mention in Fuchsia City. If you go past this Pokemon shop here and this little tent area, this little patch of grass right here, I love it. It's one of the only places in the game, it may be the only place in the game where you can find Scyther. Dratini spawns here quite often, actually. Kangaskhan spawns here, Execute. There's quite a few that you don't run into in other areas. And I've also been told that Chansey will spawn in this patch of grass. I've never found Chansey here, but I have seen people make YouTube videos where they found them. I don't know how old that is, though, so I don't know if it still spawns here or not, but that's just something I've heard. If you want to look for it, go for it. If I ever find one, I will let you know. But again, Dratini spawns here, Kangaskhan, things like that. Now, Scyther is the other Pokemon I mentioned in the last video that can get False Swipe, which in my opinion is probably one of the greatest moves ever. So, now earlier I mentioned that there were 2 Route 17s. This is the second one. So you hit Route 17, then 18, then you hit Fuchsia City, then there's another Route 17. Now the last one, like I said, was all trainers. There's no grass or anything there. So if it ever tells you that a swarm of something has popped up or the hunch area is Route 17, this is where it's talking about. There are a couple of patches of grass here. This is also a really good route to run to make money and level up Pokemon. And I'm going to kind of speed through this really quick because I haven't defeated any of the trainers yet, so I'm going to do that. I'll probably just speed it up so you can actually see what I'm doing. And I'll mention at the end what I'm talking about, this being my favorite place to run and get money and things like that. So give me just a second, let me run and do this. Okay guys, so I made it to the other side of Route 17. I don't know if you noticed whenever I was battling these gentlemen here, that's what they call them, the little guys in the top hats and what appears to be a suit. They pay you quite a bit more money than the other trainers you run into, but these particular gentlemen, this one and the one right around the corner here, pay you $5,000 and $6,000 when you defeat them. And besides giving you quite a bit of money when you beat them, they actually give you quite a bit more experience than a lot of the other ones. Like, I don't know if you noticed when I battled this guy, he didn't give me near as much experience for my Pokemon as these guys do. So, I mentioned before, this is my favorite place to run to get money, and while I'm at it, level up some Pokemon. So, anyway, on we go to Saffron City. This is the other end of my little money run. I do like to go up here in Saffron City. There's a little building right here. There's a building here between the shop and the gym. Now this is Sabrina's gym. For any of you that know who Sabrina is, I think she's really cool, so I'm just mentioning that. But this building here, there are guys inside, which I'm not going to go in because they will battle me. There's two. As soon as you walk in, they'll battle you. And a couple other guys that you can click on and battle them. If you defeat those other two guys that you click on, one will give you a Hitmonlee and one will give you a Hitmonchan. And as far as I know, that's the only way to get them in the game. So throwing that in there. Now Saffron City looks huge, but it has the exact same thing that all the other cities have. The gym, the shop, and the Pokemon Center. This building's cool, but you can't even get into it. I'm going to run in the Pokemon Center real quick and refill my moves. Give me 1 second. There we go. So after Saffron City, we have Route 21. Now Route 21 is a lot of grassy area. You can click on Gary there and battle him if you want to. There are a couple of trainers on Route 21, not a lot, but there is a ton of grass to run through. So the chances of you running into something are pretty good, which I'm not going to this time. That's cool. But you really just run all of 21 all the way over to the last town that is called Mount Cinnabar. Now Mount Cinnabar or Cinnabar Volcano, it's the same thing, they refer to it different ways, is the last town in the game, with the exception of the little hidden areas, which they're not really towns, but it is the last stop, so to speak. So here's Mount Cinnabar. This guy's gonna battle me. Let's do that really quickly. Okay, now this guy's gonna battle me too. I'm gonna try to avoid him. I don't know if I can or not. This girl over here on this side, she will give you a Pokemon if you only have 5 in your party. If you have 6 in your party when you get to her, it's no big deal. You can always go drop one off at the PC and come back. But she will give you one. Not going to tell you what it is unless you ask, but don't want to ruin all the surprises. Now, Mount Cinnabar has these little brown patches of, I guess it's supposed to be grass. There's 3 different colors of the grass, and that is significant only because of what you find in them. For the most part, all throughout Mount Cinnabar, you're going to find the same stuff. You're going to find Magmars and Rhydons and Sandslash, and Dugtrio is one you run into a lot, and actually Lapras also. I don't know why, but I run into Lapras here all the time. But up here, this very first patch of what I call orange, it's like a dirty burnt orange color, is where you'll find Moltres, which is the 3rd of the legendary birds. I just like to throw in where you can find them at. Again, don't need a game pass to find them. It's just really rare. So I'm going to run past the rest of this, get up here and show you this town, and show you where you go next. So there's another little orange patch of grass here. Go up here. This is Mount Cinnabar, or Cinnabar Volcano, or whatever you want to call it. So it has the Pokemon Center, it has the Poke Shop, or Pokemon Store, or whatever you want to call that. I'm going to make sure I've only got 5, yeah, okay, in my party. So I can go over here and show you something else. If you go to this side, which you can't run off, just so you know, I tested it because I'm kind of klutzy. If you go over here to this very first building on this side and go inside, this girl will sell you Pokemon for Pokédollars, which is the money you get in the game, which I mentioned before. That's why I like to run Route 17 and make money. You need to buy Pokeballs and elixirs and things like that. But if you click on her with only 5 in your party, it'll pop up and show you what she has for sale. Now, I don't recommend buying Dratini because I mentioned in Fuchsia City, he spawns there a lot in that one patch of grass. Same with Magmar. Magmar spawns in Mount Cinnabar all the time. I see him constantly. So the other ones, though, they are extremely, extremely rare in the game. Snorlax will spawn on Route 11, or so I'm told. The game says that. I've never seen him there. I do have one because I traded for it, but I've never actually seen Snorlax there. Now, all the rest of these, though, I'm sure they spawn. But actually, I'm not sure they spawn. I have no idea if you can even find them in the game. So rather than wasting your money on like Magmar and Dratini, save it up and get something that, you know, is a lot more difficult to get. If you're really good at making money, or you want to run Route 17 100 times and make all kinds of money, you could always buy these and trade them out for people who don't have them if they want. Anyway, I just wanted to show you kind of what's for sale here. It's something kind of different. I like that little aspect that you can get them even if, you know, you can't find them without having to spend any real money. And also down here on this little ledge, I guess, the very last building around the corner, if you go in here, there's a guy with big red wings and a tattoo on his leg. If you talk to him, he will tell you where rare Pokemon are, which right now it's Route 10 in Lavender Town. And that's why it's so important that you know where the routes are, because he will tell you the hunches do change frequently and you should come back every couple of minutes. So when he tells you that there's a rare Pokemon on route whatever, you need to get there as quick as you can because it's only going to last a minute or two. And that's the point in these videos. I want to make sure you know how to get where you need to go. Whenever he tells you the hunch area, that's what we refer to as the hunch area on here. Whenever he tells you the hunch area, most of the time it's a pretty good Pokemon. One time I got Inti, which is one of the legendary dogs. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. That's how I say it. But I got one of the legendary dogs. One time after I bought the Game Pass to get Mew, I actually found a Mew. And I didn't even know at the time that you could find them after you bought the Game Pass. So that's pretty cool. Just to show you where the gym is, if you go back down here, there's another, like, I don't know, ramp, I guess, on this side. And if you go up here on top of the actual volcano, the gym leader is right there. And as you can guess, it's mostly fire Pokemon. A couple of ground, I think, are thrown in there. It's been a while, but he is the he is the 7th badge. So once you get that, I mentioned before, this is the last town that you can get to. Once you get that 7th badge, we're going to go up here to the taxi guy over by the Pokemon Center. If I can get to him, there we go. And we're going to go to Viridian City, which is the very first town you come to. I mentioned in the first video there is a gym there, but you can't even get into it until you have all 7 badges. So now we've got all 7 badges, we're going to go up here and get into it. Now, to get in, you're going to talk to this guy, and he's going to talk about something, having 7 badges, this and that, and then he's going to quit talking. So to actually get inside, you just click on him again. And when you do that, it's going to just spawn you inside. Now in here, there are all kinds of Team Rocket guys around the corners. I think altogether there's 5 or 6 of them in here. You only actually have to battle free, I think, to get to the gym leader on this side. But I'm not going to run in there and show you just simply because I'm going to have to battle all of those Team Rocket and it takes forever. Now, in between battling them, I know especially early on, even still, I have to go heal in between a lot of the battles. So you go over here back to the door you came in, and when you walk out, it's automatically going to spawn you in front of the Pokemon Center, which is kind of handy because you're going to be in and out of there a lot if you're anything like me and most of the people who try to get the 8th gym badge. It's pretty difficult. So you can go in there and heal and go at it again. Now, after you finally do get the 8th gym badge, you're going to come over here, still in Viridian City, to Route 22 on this side. And I mentioned in the first video it was over here, and it didn't do you a lot of good to come over here. You could run and look for things. There's a trainer down there. But after you get the 8th gym badge, it changes completely. You can come up here and talk to this security guard. And again, he's going to talk to you something about being ready for it, and he's going to spawn you inside this little cave. Now, it doesn't have a sign or anything, but if you speak to this guy, he'll tell you the name of this area is Victory Road. Took me forever when I started playing to figure out what Victory Road was. I talked to him, but I forgot by the time I started looking for it. So this is Victory Road. It's this cave thing all the way up to the E4. From here on, you can run into Pokemon here too, by the way, just to mention. Every step you take is like Mount Moon. You can run into anything anytime. But from here on, there are no more routes as far as numbers go. The only things left to do is to go defeat the E4 and go to the hunch areas, find some legendary Pokemon. There's also the little hidden areas. They're not really hidden, but if you're not talking to the people in town, you may not find them. The Mysterious Grotto and Elegant Valley, which if you'd like, I can do a video on those next and just kind of show you how to get to them and what you can find there and things like that, because there are things you can only find in those areas that you cannot find in the rest of the game. So just comment down below, let me know, if you guys would like a video on the hidden areas or where to find certain legendaries or anything else, any other questions you guys might have. Also let me know any videos that you guys would like to see me make, not necessarily Roblox or Pokemon. I can do other gameplays, challenges, vlogs, things like that. Let me know what you guys like. I'm just starting out, as you can tell. I don't have a lot of videos up yet, so let me know what you guys would like to see. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. That covers all of the routes. Again, if you have questions, let me know. Don't forget to thumbs up the video if you like it. Subscribe so you don't miss any of my new videos when they come out twice a week right now. And stay safe, be happy. We will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.